turning point for him. David has been a Toastmaster for 2 years. He's been part of clubs in China, New York City, and Silicon Valley. Next week, he's moving back to the East Coast. This will be his last speech.
Yeah, sorry guys.
But he's finishing something.
But as
Exactly.
his grand finale, he wanted to finish the final project in the Competent Communicator Manual. Let's just start off. This is Project 10, and the goal is to inspire the audience, and he'll do so with his speech, Protect the Flame. David? Thank you.
Tennis, anyone? Brodeck with the forehand, the backhand, the volley winner, game, set, match, Brodeck! I hope you guys enjoyed my tennis ping pong illusion there. You see, when I was growing up, I loved to play tennis. My dream was to one day win the US Open. What was your childhood dream? Your passion? Your fire? Did you see yourself throwing the game-winning pass in the Super Bowl? Or maybe up on stage as a professional comedian like Rainer? When we're young, it's easy to feel that passion. But as we get older, life starts to get busy. We're hard, or we just can't get up after another fall. And that chokes the oxygen right out of our dreams. Friends, I'm here to tell you that we need to protect our fire, because there's nothing sadder than watching a dream die. As someone who lost their childhood love, but was given a second chance, I can tell you, it is possible to protect the fire, to protect the flame, to protect the dream. Let's hop in a time machine. A long, lanky Canadian teenager has just moved to the United States. He's ready to play some tennis. I wasn't the greatest player at first, because I only started in middle school. But man, did I love to play. Those moments under the hot sun, the nerves before a big match, and meeting all kinds of different players and watching us all improve. I ended up playing so much that when it was time for my state championship, I won. I was the best player in all of Delaware. They gave me a golden trophy, and the crowd went wild. Come on, guys, help me out. Thank you. That's just what it was like. What a perfect moment, but also a bittersweet one. For that day, I not only went home with the trophy, I also went home with a problem. Now, people expected me to win. Even worse, I expected to win. I couldn't take the pressure. I kept practicing every day, not because I liked it, but because I was so scared of losing. Those players who used to be my friends, not anymore, they were my enemies, standing in the way of another victory. I started to cut off the oxygen to my flame, and it began to flicker. Where I used to be a good sport, well, I turned into a monster. I would throw rackets, swear, and get into fights on the court. But no matter what I did, no one can win forever. Each loss would get me angrier and angrier. It piled up until one day I just couldn't take it anymore. I shattered my last racket, stormed off the court, and tossed my tennis gear in the back of my closet, where it sits today, gathering dust. I haven't played tennis in 10 years. My fire was out. But life goes on. I soon discovered new sources of joy, like writing, traveling, and my favorite, craft beer. It's a good one, especially here in California. But nothing matched the same intensity of tennis. Well, that all started to change when I lived in New York and went to my very first Toastmaster meeting. From day one, I was hooked. I loved going to other clubs. I loved those nerves before the big speech, and then meeting all these other Toastmasters and watching us all improve. Best of all, it was a chance to compete again. Let me tell you guys, when I joined Toastmasters, I felt my fire be relit. Glad the fire alarm didn't go off. Anything for a good speech though, right? They'd understand. Yes, I loved speaking so much that I just couldn't help but get better. So someday soon, when it was our club's humor speech contest, once again I stood up and I won. Although, to be fair, I don't think that win was quite as impressive because I was the only contestant. I still won, so thank you. I did. Yes, I was off to the regional round, the New York City quarterfinal, and I was pumped up. I had a hilarious speech, my club members were all there to cheer me on, and I was wearing the perfect outfit. A brand new suit, red, white, and blue, just like the American flag. It was Halloween. Showed up to the contest and checked out my opponent. Some lawyer guy in a boring gray suit. How could he be funny? But I had a little problem. You see, in New York, there's a lot of fun to be had. And I spent that Halloween weekend partying, not practicing. So even though my speech had them rolling in the floor, I made a lot of mistakes. And that smooth-talking lawyer, he won the day. I was furious. How could I screw this up by not practicing? They gave me a silver trophy. It felt like an insult. I wanted to throw it in the garbage, storm home, and never speak again. But before I could do that, my club members, they pulled me aside and they said, "David, you were great up there. We're so proud of you for showing up and competing." We went out for a nice dinner, and I remembered why I joined Toastmasters. To make friends and have good moments. My club members, they saved my fire that day. But oh, I still hate to lose. So when I moved to California and joined Mountain View Toastmasters, I was laser focused on the upcoming international contest. This time I was gonna practice. I wrote my speech 2 months before the contest, recorded myself dozens of times at home, and I even paid for speech lessons from Prez Vasilev, the 2013 world champion of Toastmasters. Let me tell you, in my mind, there was no way I was losing in the area contest. But as always, I forgot a small detail. You have to win your club contest first. And this year, someone was there to compete against me. Our club president, Kat. Now, for those of you who don't know Kat, she's quiet, serious, and very, very hardworking. She puts so many hours in our club. I think the only person who maybe works as hard as her is Gavin. It's a tie. It's hard. That's why they're probably the 2 best clubs in Silicon Valley. And Kat works so hard, I had never seen her give a speech. So I asked her, "Kat, your speech, any good?" She's like, "Well, you know, Dave, I haven't had a lot of time to practice, and, you know, I hope people like it." So I'm like, "Yes, I got it." Do you remember in high school that person, you were like, "Hey, Steve, how'd you do on that test?" "Oh, I didn't study. It was impossible. I failed." Then they get an A+. Well, there it was coming. So I showed up for the club contest, and there was Kat, wearing a gorgeous outfit with these visual aids. These are professionally made posters that blew us all away. I saw this and I just had one thought. Oh, crap. Yes, while my speech was good, Kat's speech was amazing, and she truly won the day. But in that moment, even though I lost, even after all that hard work and sacrifice, I didn't get angry. No, I felt proud. Proud to see my fellow member and friend deliver such an amazing speech. In that moment, I changed. I remembered what it was like to be a long, lanky Canadian teenager who didn't care about winning or losing, but was just out there because he loved his passion. Friends, that's how you protect your fire. It's not about the results or the trophies. It's about the memories, the experience, and above all, the friendships. If you keep these sources of oxygen, your flame will always be blazing. Now, I'm sorry to say that I'm wrapping up my very last speech here at Scumbag. I'm going to be very, very sad to see you all go. But as my last sentence, I would just like to thank each and every one of you for all these phenomenal memories. And above all, thank you for helping me relight my flame.
It was an epic speech. It was really epic.
Awesome.
You guys were such a great crowd. It all came together.
Very good job, very good job. Just the 10th speech. Let's take 1 minute and give David some great feedback on his speech.
That shows you the school, right?